Well, hey guys, daylight's shining bright, getting better all the time. I'm happy that the daylight in me is scheduled to be increased again, and that this light will be more with me. That the peace, the Prince of Peace, will be more here with me. Our Father, who art in heaven, is more here with me, and I'm very happy of that. I was seeing the other day they were talking, different things, and they were talking about the self-love thing again and choosing self. And I guess that what they mean is whenever I'm choosing the Father and I'm choosing, the Prince of Peace, the light, sky, all that's good, the God people, the whites, them who love me, um, them who make me good, heaven, the cool, the calm, all the goodness, the good love. I guess that is me being selfish and loving me and choosing me because it is what always seems to make me happiest. I think I was listening to part of a message yesterday and someone was saying something about how you're just good. You're the kind that's good with your own energy. And I'm like, well, yeah, you put me up in the sky and I'm with the, it's just, or a bunch of white. Oh, yeah, I saw references to that, to that again. I, staying alive, staying alive. And he's saying he's on the way to nowhere. Somebody help him there. And then I saw, but it's because probably I thought of it. I saw, the a video of Nowhere Man, and all I could think of was, from the Yellow Submarine movie, the little guy who's a little ball of fur or something, and he's saying indubitably and stuff like that, and spinning around with all his things that he's doing in his plans. Very, very creative soul, extremely creative, and he's making all his plans for nobody. And it all seems very interesting. And you know what? He seems extremely content. He seems quite happy. No problems. So whenever they're saying "Nowhere Man, please listen," you don't know what you're. Well, you know what? Maybe he does know what he's missing, and that's why he's there. Because he doesn't want to be involved in all of the unpleasantries. That again, it was not a magical mystery tour. It was something very different. Um, and yes, I heard again from Mr. Paul Simon today from I guess something they posted yesterday, uh, which it would have been perfect except that the person introducing him was known as the other, self self entitled as the other, ugliest sin I know it is, always has been, but it was, yeah, 50 ways to leave your lover. Only I think I'm thinking about doing maybe some Weird Al Yankovic um, moves and do some satire and parodies and maybe I'll do one that's called 50 Ways to Leave the Evil Dad because I've tried 50 ways, I'm sure. And what's happening now, I think, is starting to work. But I'll tell you, they were out there yesterday, apparently up to the same old tricks, sitting there staring and monitoring and all this stuff, trying to project in. And they, you know, took to the skies nearby. And they did today, too. It was an attack because a little bit later, we felt a little bit of warmth try to come in around our feet. But that's all being taken care of and driven out. Because after all, they are the enemy. They're fire, and this is not a house for fire. And as we all know, we've already done all that rebuking and renouncing, rejecting, refusing, and repudiating of the wicked witch and the princess of darkness and the other darkness people, all of them of the fire and magic and all that. So yeah, we're really quite done with them and have been for a long time, and it's just being made real. I'm seeing lots of indications that that's the story. I heard first day out the door yesterday, I was listening to Neil Young, "Keep on rocking in the free world," which was to kind of indicate that you're free, right? And I'm thinking, well, if I am, just barely. We'd like to get our other foot outside that door and completely get that door shut behind us. Um, we heard one headlight. We can drive it home with one headlight. And closing time. Yeah, time for you to go out to all the places where you'll be from. That's a great line. It really is. It's an intriguing line. But oh, I have to agree. We're there. We're just there, and of course we are being set free, uh, and it's happening. That's the changes that's been going on with us. Is that we're actually starting to feel like we're getting a little space between us and that. Doesn't mean that they haven't been still after us, but watch some of these prophetic people, and well, I mean, if nothing else, perhaps in the future, it'll be inspiring. Uh, some of them, but some of them it's like, well, I'll start to think for a moment. Well, maybe they're starting to come our way, and there's, you know, and but then they'll say something silly like, "You have to burn to be a star." Well, one, who said it was our goal to be a star? Two, light doesn't need to burn anything; it still shines light. Okay. We don't have to have fire at all to be seen or known. It's still light. What they think it's magic? No, it's that fifth element. Thank you very much. We don't need uh, fire to be seen. Now, I'm not going to say that with fire we're not seen as much brighter, okay? But I'd rather not be seen as being so bright and or the damned either. Because again, this is a house that's, for goodness, it's a triumph of the skies. This is a house of sky, a house of light, good water, good air. And I do believe that we like to touch down sometimes, maybe a toe down to, or at least bring it close to the earth. Um, we've been known to enjoy some earthiness, but anyway, um, light, air, water. That's why they depicted us as a cloud for so long. Yeah, lots of references yesterday. Uh, Paul, of course, Mr. McCartney. There are more Beatles references. Ding 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 bum ba dum. A Space Oddity. A song keeps coming back about 5 years. I thought it was odd. But of course, that was a long time ago. Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger uh, continues to show up like Tom Cruise. He's like Tom Cruise or something. Arnold and Tom Cruise, just have been there again and again and again and again. And it was just like accepted, it's just what they are, and what's best in life. That's right, exactly. You, it is the saddest. I heard. I think one of the comments on that video at one point was, and the saddest thing is it's true, and to a certain extent, it really is. There's nothing more satisfying, because everything else in life is achievable and enjoyable once that is taken care of. But and anyway, we're going to continue on. Burning? No, we don't need fire. We're not going to burn to be starved. they already put us through that. And, that's a spiritual thing. And it's only supposed to go on for so long. But it was, again, at there, because it was a good thing for them, okay? Um, they kept it going a lot longer than it was supposed to be. Because I think probably we would have burned a few months at most, uh, you know, if at all ever. Okay. Um, yeah, some of our intentions is to recover and restore these things that are missing. Um, and again, this burning thing. It's like, well, I mean, we could set our soul on fire if we wanted to, I suppose. But nah, there's no reason for us to burn when there's not anything to burn. You know what I'm saying? Um, again, light is what it is, and it's known to them above, and that's good. And so, and we'll have any warmth that we need. There's always white. Yeah, excuse me, with white, it's plenty warm. That's why I've been such a lover of the sky and the blue sky, blue, I do believe, because I've always been really warm. White guys shining white light. From what I understand, it's pretty warm. So I actually enjoy, being up high, where the angels fly. It's quiet, it's serene, it's cool, and you just know everything's perfect and wonderful. And if it isn't, it will be. You know, it is a beautiful thing. That's whenever they talk about heaven being in a high place, it is. It really truly is. So I'm staying alive and not joining the evil dead. Exactly. Let's see. Is there anything else we need to cover? Well, all I can say about the evil dead and all that is we have to keep on moving, And as for the information we had, we had good intentions, and it's too bad, we couldn't have accomplished what we wanted to accomplish or thought we could accomplish. But we have to move on from all that. Like I said, that was the last book, and the war doesn't get to continue on forever, especially whenever it was such a scam and a sham to begin with. They can't say we're in love when they don't have a heart and there's no love in it. How can you claim to be in love with someone when you get no capability of loving anyone? Hold on. Yes, I did make notice of the Abba thing again, and I noticed that from one of them who was looking like a cool chick clone, perhaps. And but it's one of those things that's where it's basically announces up front it's draconic, and all I can think is people who say things like that are so far gone that there's no return for them. But at least I like the honesty, just like Willie Nelson. He says the nightlife ain't no good life, but it's his life, and that's there's a lot to be respected in someone who's straightforward like that. I mean, he's not glorifying it or anything, but at least he's saying that's who I am. And he lived it. And so whenever I see someone saying that they're draconic, and they now here's the sad part for me, see, is that I know from talking to some of these people and knowing them and loving them that there's a bunch of them that are they went kind of grayish, right? So they they're not so open to love or this or that or whatever, or goodness or kindness, and blah 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 blah. But it's still there. They still love. They still have feelings of love. They would love if they could love. And in other words, they look like they're salvageable. There's a possibility of redemption. Um, because remember, the book says, we love because first He loved us. And I, it really does seem to me that you can't do a thing and you can't be a thing unless you have it in you to do and be. You can't be the man unless you got the man in you. You can't be a real lover and love anyone at all for real unless you have some love in you. And just for posterity's sake, let's all remember and take just a moment now to remember Dick Van Dyke, who gave one of the best definitions, just short and sweet, succinct, of what love was. Somebody said, "What do you think love is?" And he says, "Well, love is caring about someone as much as you care about yourself, if not more." And he said it in that fashion. Um, and again, for something like that, I'll just lots of applause, because whether you're night or day, you're doing the right thing in that moment, you know. And there's been times where I've thought, well, the hell with that. I'm not doing that love thing. But the thing is I do love. I love God. Oh my goodness, I love our Father in heaven. I love them who love me well, and so very much care about me. You can call me greedy, perhaps, that I don't want to let go of life, and I don't want to let go of the light and the fantasy of love, which is loving people and loving each other and stuff, But again, uh, you can only do so much generalized public. Here's I saw the Jacksons the other day, the Jackson 5 video, and they're all like, all of them up above the cities as giants tossing gold upon communities and stuff. And I'm thinking, yeah, well, that's fun if you're that big and rich enough to do it, I guess. But there's only so much of that you can do. Um, Hold on. There has been some interesting developments, I think. Some things that have been intriguing. Some that sparked my imagination. But certainly, we're coming up. Oh, and there's Paul McCartney again. There's that song coming up. Yep. And before too long, we're going to be doing what the man says. And he says, do 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 do. Oh my gosh, goodness gracious. Um, yeah. So I'm going to leave it there for right now, because I just wanted to jump on and cover a few of those things. Yeah, the little girl. It was one of the. It was It was the Disney princess, the young one. He was saying, "You have to burn to be a star." Baby girl, they got you so full. Won't you come away from the fire? Come away from the darkness. You know. And then there's that other one, little filter face girl. I think she's got a real strong filter on her face, and I'm thinking, sweetheart, if you're a goddess or a god or whatever you think you are, why would you use a filter? Or is that your magic? If you make enough video that depicts you like that, then you'll have a character that looks just like that in some world. Or what in the hell are kind of lies are they telling these people? But I was listening to her. I will just acknowledge this, that she was talking about go again, the Indian type of thing. And I look at Krishna and Christ, and I'm thinking, I wonder if they're like brothers, you know. They just appeared at different times in the world, because uh, they have so many gods over there in India. Why wouldn't he have shown up over there too, looking like whatever, playing a flute? Like, I don't know, but it was all about peace and the goodness and thing. Um, but so it is interesting, to catch some of the details from it. And I'm going to go back and listen to her little lecture. It's because how else can you have a synopsis given to you, right? Um, I appreciate the effort. And I appreciate the fact that, there were responses within it, such as, talking about how complicated it becomes, you know, and they know that I'm not interested in complications. I've gone through, see, the spirit is with us, and I'm more and more open to it, and more closed to all that is the darkness, So their influence is waning quickly, and so the we're doing well. Things are progressing correctly. Um, okay, so that's good enough for right now. And yeah, I enjoyed the. I have to go back and listen to it again, but she was talking about this Indian thing, and it was something about the loco or something. Yeah, and I thought about the everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Come on, baby. And yeah, so I had to go back and listen to that, and probably listen to that song too. Um, and I'm just so very much happy about all of you who do love me, all of you who are of my kind, the day, and not this other thing, which, come on, it's like no matter what, there has to be a certain amount of separation. This, oh, we're all going to mix together thing. No, we're not. No, we're not. I'm not you, and they're not me, and I'm not them. The darkness is not the light, and the light is not the darkness. That's all there is to that. And if anybody's trying to tell you, oh, well, they're two sides of the same coin, no, they're not. No, they're not. There is what is the world, and then there are two separate places from that is devoid of the other. Okay? Um, in other words, there's places of greater purity. Again, I saw Billy Idol the other day and Bill Maher, and they were talking about the Beatles and all that stuff. And Billy, what was it he said? Oh, geez, no sooner than I thought of to start, it ran from me. Well, okay, so again, I'm just going to get off here and let it go for right now. Maybe I'll be back later today. But if nothing else, keep on doing what you're doing because it's working for us. And we do feel like we're coming out. And overall, in general, things seem to be improving as far as the operational status of this machine here. God bless you. God love you. God keep you. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Oh, and one last thing is, I'm real sure the girl with the hazel eyes is, I'm being blocked. And so if there is anyone using magic against me, trying to block my vision from seeing someone that I care about or cares about me, I rebuke and renounce those people and reject them, refuse them, and tell you now that heaven is issuing judgments against you for interfering. And they do condemn you for that and will bring condemnations upon you and your life. So whomever you are, don't be blocking me from seeing anything with magic, because magic's not supposed to be used against me in any way, in any shape or form. So that's the way that goes. Amen. In the name of the Prince of Peace, our Father who art in heaven. Amen. Amen. Have a great day, guys. Make it a great day.